So we're going to catch up with Alex Harvey, who is the top place North American male today in the men's 10K freestyle individual start in Kusumo. Brutal temperatures out there and tough course, and we're going to find out from Alex how it went. Hey, Alex.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, pretty good. How you doing?
Good.
So, very tough day out there. Really cold temperatures and a tough course. You were the top North American. We'd love to hear how your day went and how you felt out there.
Yeah, it's a really, like Kusumo is really hard for me, especially in skating with those three massive, pretty long and very steep uphills every lap. It's not my cup of tea, but that's what Devin and I, and we've been working really hard with Louis and Justin in the summer to improve that, because we know it's our weakness in skating, and it's good to see that it pays off. I mean, it's not a podium, not even close. It's not a top 10, but I think my personal best here was a 27th place, so I'm 10 ranks ahead of that compared to last year. And I think last year I was at a better, my fitness level was a bit higher than it is right now. So it was good to see that even without being 100%, I can still be, top 20 in on a course that's hard for me. And then with the slow snow too, it's another thing that I kind of struggle at in skating. So I think, put in perspective, that 17th place is a personal victory for me for sure, and it's good coming up. I mean, it's good looking forward, and it's good for the for the mental, for me to be in the points and to finally having some somewhat decent sensations when I'm pushing the body hard. So it's good.
Absolutely, no, that's a big increase. I didn't remember last year was 27th, so that's a big jump for you. Talk about the cold, because I know you've raced in cold weather before, and it really felt like a huge drop from last week in the Yalavara. And how do you deal with the cold?
Well, I mean, you need to dress properly, that's for sure. Especially with the toes, it's good to have boot warmers for the warm up, and for the gloves, you need good gloves in the warm up. So when you show up at the start line, you're really warm, and the blood is flowing through the veins and everything. So yeah, try to warm up and make sure, I try to finish the warm up really close to the start, so I'm still, when I'm changing my tub before the start, I'm steaming, and I'm still warm at the start. And I have asthma, not when I'm not doing anything, but when I'm effort asthma, it's called. So it's good for me to not have too many changes in temperature. So I try to change outside, not once I'm done the warm up, I never go back inside, never go back in the warmth. So all the lungs and everything are used to the cold, dry air, rather than going back in warm, more humid air and then back outside. It can mess with them a bit. So but that's what I have to do, and so I have to kind of stay in the cold once I start warming up. But other than that, I think you just dress properly and try to finish the warm up a bit closer to the start, maybe a couple minutes to the start, a couple minutes closer than usual to the start, so you really make sure you're still kind of breathing hard at the start line, and that you're still sweating a bit. So, and because it starts with the pretty fast downhill too at the start, so if you're just a little bit too cold at the start, then you ski for a couple 100 meters, then you're tucking for 15 seconds, and then you can get way too cold for the first climb. So it's important to be properly warmed up.
It's we just spoke to Keegan Randall, and she's from Alaska, so we wondered if coming from such a cold climate helps you with such brutal temperatures. But she said it helps a bit, but never easy in that weather.
It's hard for everybody. Everybody's in the same boat, and you just gotta deal with the temperature, no matter what it is, whether it's raining in Oberstdorf or minus 20 in Aruka. You just gotta deal with it.
Yeah, for sure. So how do you rate this course overall on the World Cup in terms of difficulty? Because it does look pretty tough out there.
Yeah, like I said, on that 5K course, it's three massive, very steep, fairly long uphills. But I think on those uphills, for sure, you got to go fast, but you got to, I think you gain the most time on the flats, because especially the first uphill, there's a long, almost like close to a kilometer of flat right at the top, and this is really, everybody's tired there, but you got to hold on to your technique and really get the body moving again to generate some speed. And then after that, you have a long downhill with the rest, and then kind of along the lake is another long flat section. So for me, I know my strength are more gradual terrain where I can have a bigger stride and more power. So I was trying to move fast on there's like 4 flat sections. So you have on those 4 flat sections a lap, I was every lap trying to generate some speed. And I think that the splits, that's what it shows, because at the top of the first hill on the first lap, I was 13 seconds down on the lead. And then that's 1 kilometer in. And then a full lap later, I was still only 15 seconds. So I'd lost 13 seconds on that first uphill. And then after that, when you include the flats and the next couple of things, I'd lost only 2 seconds. So I was losing all my time on the steep uphills, but my game plan was to go fast on the flats. So.
Yep. So were you expecting, when you look at the Russians came first yesterday, again today, or were you expecting to see such a strong start from the Russian team?
Oh yeah, I mean they're always good. In Kusimo, what's his name? Krukov has been on the podium in the sprints the last couple of years, and the win was just waiting for him. I mean, it was just a matter of getting maybe a bit better tactically, and that's what he did yesterday. He skied perfectly, so and he's good. I mean, he's the Olympic champion, so it's not a surprise to see him win. And Lekov, he's won, his other victory in skating was in Lahti on a pretty similar course, very hilly with steep uphills. So we know last year he won the final climb of the Tour. We know he's a great climber, and it's a course that suits him well. And with slower snow conditions, it also suits, I think, the Russians well. It's not surprising. They're always strong in Kusimo. There's always a lot of guys in the top 10 at the end a lot of Russian guys in the top 10 at the end of that mini tour. So for me, it was not much of a surprise. But I think the Norwegian men's is what's surprising me. They have a lot of them in the top 15, and in skating individual start, it's been their weak link. Before in the last couple of years, they were always wondering who they would go third leg in the relay and things like that. So to me, that's what's the most impressive today.
Mm-hmm. Sure. So Ivan had also a pretty good day, 23rd, I believe.
Yeah.
So another strong effort from him, which is good to see.
It's good. I mean, anytime you're in the points, you kind of, last year at the end of the season, we kind of forget that how hard it is just to be in the points, because when Devin was second in the overall and I was 6th, and you kind of, I wouldn't say take things for granted, but not far from that. So, at the beginning of the season, when we can't even score 1 point, it makes you realize how good it is just to be scoring, a couple of points. So it's good to see Ivan again in the points 2 weeks in a row, and it's the best start of the season for him, I think, in his career. So it's good. It's good to see that moving forward.
For sure. So just a quick question, because the next stop is Canada, your home in Quebec, and are you getting a lot of questions or just some buzz over there?
Yeah, I mean, people are excited, and I'm excited too. I know that they're almost done producing the snow that they need for that. They've had pretty cold temperatures, so the organizers are happy with that. And I'm really excited to go there. But at the beginning of the season like that, people are pretty focused on their own thing. You're always trying to readjust your approach, moving from training to racing. So people are not talking so much. You're not sharing so much in between countries. So people are just focused on their own thing right now.
Sure. Okay, well, great, Alex. Listen, we want to thank you for spending time, and we're going to wish you all the best tomorrow, and we look forward to seeing you in Quebec.